Righto gang, I've got to start on this. Last night I mucked around with the little tiny pan. It's getting there. It still needs a bit of work, but it's starting to get a bit of a glaze on it, or what do they call it? Emulsification, or whatever they do when you cook the oil. And you know, you people who know what you're doing, you know the name of it. When the oil converts and puts a seal on it. I've had vinegar in this one overnight. And I mixed in some bicarb this morning to neutralise the vinegar. This is going to need a lot of work. I'll drain this soon, and then I'll heat it up, get it nice and hot, and then let it cool a bit, and then get the grinding wheels and everything onto it, just to get that rust off. I've got some coarse sanding wheels on the grinder, and I've got some wire brushes and stuff like that, so I'll get into that. And this one, yeah, look at that, look at the scunge that come out of that one. This thing sat with vinegar in it for ages and then out in the open, and I completely forgot about it, so it's had a really rough time of it. But last night I started on the lid, and it seems to be starting to come up okay. The top, of course, is fine. It's going to be all good, but we'll get into it and we'll see what happens. I think I'll just pause this video and I'll just keep coming back to it as I do some work on it. Oh, I got me fire ready, got all my wood ready, so I'll give them a clean out, and I'll show you once I've cleaned all the scunge out of it, and let you see what they look like then. Alright, talk to you soon. So in a perfect world I would have had the vinegar all the way to the top, but I didn't have enough vinegar to do that, so that's the 4.5 quart pot. It's 4.5, not 4. This is the pan. It's not too bad at the moment. I will get into it with the grinder and everything and slap it all together and grind all that off, and then get it over the heat and start cooking off more of that rust. Righto, you'll have fun now. So I'll give that a rough old grind out. Bit limited on what I can use, but I'll give it a sand and everything later with this hard grit and try and get that a little bit cleaner. The pot's in at the moment. Let me get it out of here so you can have a bit of a look. So I've got a bit of water in there. I've given that a good old grind out too. Clean it up as much as I can, cleaned up the lid as much as I can. So I'm going to cook off as much rust as I can at the moment. I'll get the fire going, and I'll cook off all that rust that's still in there. Give it a chance to cool a little bit, and then I'll get the grinder in there again, or I'll get the sandpaper actually, I think, and the wire brush, and give it a good old clean out. See what it looks like then. And yeah, if I had better tools, I could probably clean it up a little bit better, but I'm in the bush, so you know, I'm in the bush. So yeah, all right, we'll see what happens. Righto, so I've got the fire going. Let's cook off some of this rust and see what happens later on. Damn, well, I haven't planned this real well. I didn't get enough oil. I used most of my peanut oil already. What I've done is, because I know I won't get to this one today, so I've given it a good wipe with oil to stop the rust forming on the pan. It needs a lot more cleaning up. There's a lot of rust coming out of it just by rubbing it with the paper towels. I'm cooking that off. What I'll do is I'll get some oil into that as well once it's cooked off, just to seal that up. But what I might do is finish off doing the little pan. It needs a little bit more seasoning, so I'll do that, and we'll see what happens. Tomorrow I'll head out and buy some more oil, I guess. Get some budget peanut oil, or I use macadamia oil, but it's a little bit expensive at the moment. I could go down to Nutworks though, down at Yandina, and grab some from there. But yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. Meanwhile, I'll just sit back and let the fire cook away on that thing for a bit. I might even start the seasoning on this and then just let it cool down, and that'll just sort of stop a bit of the rust for me. And I can always get into it with the sandpaper, like I've got some really good coarse wet and dry there, so I'll get into that and give it a red hot go. I really should have planned this before I started doing it, but yeah, silly me. I just got a little bit overexcited, decided I wanted to get it done. I want to start cooking in the pan again. I want to start cooking over the fire again. So I've got a gas cooker up there, but you know, it's not the same, is it? You're living out in the bush, you know, in your humpy, you need to be cooking over a fire. And I've got, man, the amount of firewood I've got around here is just insane. Like, that's just walk 10 metres away and cut up enough firewood to have a fire going for half the night. So can't complain about that. And all of it's fallen timber. It's not stuff that I've had to cut down. So yeah. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Sorry about the delay, but yeah, well, might be a 2-part or 3-part video the way I'm going. Righto, you all have fun now. Oh, hang on. Old mate's fast asleep. He got bored with the whole thing, so he's sleeping again. We went out today, cashed in some bottles and cans, and yeah, so he loves going down to the recycle depot at Nambour. There's one of the supervisors there absolutely loves Bear, and Bear loves him, so when they see each other it's like a family reunion every time. He gets so bloody excited he tries to jump out the back. I have to have his chain wrapped around the one of the headrests in the back seat, otherwise he just sleeps straight out the back and he's straight out running around saying hello to everyone. So yeah, but yeah, he's had his afternoon. He's just sleeping again. Anyway, you all have fun now. Use the smoke. I decided, bugger it, I'll use what oil I can, and try and get a bit of a seasoning on the little pot and the little pan and the big pan. I'll probably end up sanding back the big pan and doing it again in the next couple of days, but we'll see how we go. Oh, that's a bit smoky. But I just wanted to see, look, all my little rainbows from me crystal up here. That crystal was that was my mum's. She passed away in 2005. So I've had that for, yeah, what is it, 20 years now. But it goes with me everywhere, and the little rainbows, I set it up so that I can get the little rainbows happening all over the place. Anyway, just a random little end to this video. Got me gloves, got me rag, got me oil, got all my other stuff there. This pot's going to sit here for a while and just do its thing. I'll get into that a little bit more seriously in the next day or so, because it really needs some work. It's pretty gnarly inside still. So I'll have to get some more wire wheels, and not wire wheels, but I'll get out my other sanding disc for the grinder and whack on that. But these guys are seasoning up. The little one's seasoning up really well. The big one's seasoning up pretty good too, so which is good. As long as I get the bottom nicely seasoned so I can do eggs and bacon and stuff in it, then I'll be quite happy. The little one's probably good for a couple of eggs, but that's about it. It's only a little tiny one. The big one I can do, I don't know, I could probably almost do a paella in that. It's huge. It's what is it, 24 centimetre, oh, I can't remember. It's a big one anyway. It's a big pan. The little one's only about a 10 or 12 centimetre diameter at the base. So. But anyway, that's that going. Bear's decided he doesn't want to be sitting in the heat anymore. He's out watching the dam over here. I'll just show you. Yeah, Bear's just sitting here doing his thing, as he does in the afternoon. Looks out over the dam because the wallabies and that often come over the other side of the dam, and he just sits there and watches, and then we get the cormorants and stuff come in, so he just sits there and watches what's going on in his usual position. And I think there's wallaby or there's something that's been hanging out over that way lately, so he's got his eye out for it. I've set up this little doodad down here. I've set up this little dodgy drag effort until I get the kayak out on the water, and I've been dragging up a lot of this weed. It's one of those invasive weeds that comes up in the water, so I've only managed to clear that much out, but that's a start. I'll just get all of this at the front here out, and then when I get the kayak going, I intend getting rid of all of this, and there's a heap of it. It's been really taken over this dam, and what happens is if you let it go, it just sucks all the oxygen out of the water and it kills the dam, and I don't want that to happen because there's turtles living here, there's fish living here. I barely get a mozzie down here, which means that it's pretty much alive with fish. Because maybe now when it's warmed up, maybe one in the morning might annoy me, and I was expecting to get eaten alive, but no, there's bugger all in here. So I really want to get this thing sorted so that the fish thrive and the pond lilies thrive, and because there's a bunch of pond lilies, native pond lilies and stuff in here. I want to get all that sorted. I want to get all that invasive weed out, and I can use it as a mulch because it's and start growing some veggies and stuff like that. But anyway, just a random. You all have fun now.